Welcome, everybody, to the Top Back Podcast, the show where we share our love for nerd culture for your entertainment. I'm one of your hosts, Matt.
And I'm Mike.
And we're here back again to talk about WandaVision. It's been a while since we've talked about it in person, and we're going to talk about episodes 6 and 7.
Yep.
7 just aired last night, 6 was last week. So, Mike, we're at the home stretch now. We're starting to see Wanda's world break down a little bit. More and more each episode.
Yep.
So what do you think about the Halloween episode?
Halloween episode, again, it's a sitcom trope of like holiday specials. So Halloween episode. Prior to that, we discovered the whole Pietro being the Fox,
right?
Quicksilver.
Yeah. If you guys didn't, if it's not showing up on our YouTube, it's we did a episode 5 with Off the Stoop podcast
with Wally. Shout out to Wally.
So shout out to Wally.
And then Halloween episode, we already saw it in the trailers that they were going to wear their comic accurate costumes. The one I really liked was Quicksilver's. I was like, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
But this show, so we jumped into the 2000s. Is this the 2000s?
It's 2000s. Yeah. So they homaged Malcolm in the Middle, which was actually one of my favorite shows growing up.
One of the shows I hated growing up.
Oh, you hated Malcolm in the Middle?
I didn't like it because I didn't really like Frankie Muniz' face. It just didn't appeal to me until I think, what was that one movie where the guy was like all blue?
Big Fat Liar?
Yeah.
With Amanda Bynes,
so
right?
I remember that movie.
Okay.
But I just didn't like Malcolm in the Middle. But I get the nods. Bryan Cranston's in there. So it's like, when I saw like them talking to the camera and then the opening, I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was impressed with the kids actually. They're pretty good.
I like these kids.
Yeah,
like not to
kids.
hate on the little kids, but like these kids, their personalities were showing.
Yeah, especially the one who has the telepath powers.
Oh, Billy.
Billy, yeah, Billy has a lot of personality.
Wiccan. So I have my comics here from my brother-in-law.
So I was gonna say, when they're coming more into the modern sitcoms, I think this format works much better, better without the laugh track and without the corny jokes. Like this episode and the following episode, it follows the more like
calm.
Yeah, they break the fourth wall constantly. They're talking to the camera.
Yeah,
and it's less focused on trying to be funny and trying to more tell a story. You know what I mean?
And the previous eras, they were kind of like more fantasy of like what families are,
right?
But like Malcolm in the Middle, and the modern ones are
it's
like
more grounded,
dysfunctional families.
Yeah,
really dysfunctional families,
which is perfect for Wanda because she's a dysfunctional character. Yeah,
and her brother Uncle P is like that, disrupting the whole thing. His presence disrupting, and she's starting to like question, like she's testing him with all their memories.
Right.
And I like that when they were throwback, like, oh, don't you remember Halloween? And she's like, I remember that a little differently. One of my favorite moments is when she was walking down the stairs. Oh my God, Elizabeth Olsen is so fucking beautiful.
She's cute. I love her a lot, and her acting chops is getting better.
Yeah,
like this really is like the best showcase for her to act.
Paul Bettany too, yeah,
Paul Bettany too. And we didn't really talk about the last episode for episode 5, but that interaction between those two, it's one of the best like acting scenes I've seen in Marvel.
When they were arguing.
Yeah, when they're arguing.
Yeah,
and they're just like arguing in midair.
I don't know who I am.
I was like, that's right. That's right.
Tension. There's finally tension here.
But yeah, this episode, and plus the last episode was a lot longer too. I don't know if you noticed that.
7 or 6?
5.
Oh yeah, 5.
Yeah, so it went back to the more like 25-minute episodes, 30-minute episodes. So in this episode, Vision's actually breaking away from Wanda's like manipulative world. He's finally realizing that things are not what they seem, and he's trying to investigate on his own. And then I like what they did to show the town of Westview, because like you see that some of the kids or some of the people are still like living out their lives, but some of them are like frozen.
The lady that was doing this repetitively.
And I like when they do that because
it was like Stranger Things.
It was like that too, because some of them they can't move, or they're trying to move but they can't, and then I swear one of them had like a tear in her eye.
So like the further he got away from Wanda, the more people just
like the outskirts of town, right? Yeah.
And did you see the Filipino lady? There's a Filipino lady there.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Tita made it. Shout out to Tita.
Yeah, but I like that. I like that they're showing the world of Westview and what Wanda's trying to do. But when you're saying in the other episode, like you don't think it's her, it's actually somebody else, and we'll see in we'll talk about in the next episode too. But yeah, dude, I like that. You see what Wanda can do if she has like full control.
Her chaos magic is...
Yeah. She's really one of the most powerful in the MCU right now.
Oh, for sure.
Or probably is the most powerful.
Yeah, everyone... I mean, there's always the debate of like her versus Captain Marvel. All those endless debates. But like her powers are really being showcased here.
Yeah.
Especially the moment when like she just stopped everything. Like after her son.
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Like everything stopped, and I did not expect the whole area, the hexagon shaped Westview to expand. I was like, oh shit, that's the like talk about like Mysterio saying Avenger level threat. That's
Right.
Avenger level threat.
Right.
It's going beyond this small town to a county now.
And the interaction between her and Pietro, or what's his name?
Evan
again?
Peters.
Evan Peters.
Yeah.
You know, we still don't know what he is.
Yeah.
He's obviously not Quicksilver.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's version.
Yeah, he's not that, but he's questioning Wanda throughout the episode. Like, you don't remember this, or there's certain memories that he has that she doesn't have, or
the best part is like, what happened to your accent? What happened to your accent?
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
And she was like,
oh, you got me. Yeah. But yeah, he played the cool uncle, like
the disruptive,
yeah,
crazy uncle.
So when I was like watching, I watched The House of M. I didn't have time to actually read
comic
it.
historian yet.
Yeah, shout out to them. So Wanda has the ability to create people.
Yeah.
Right. In the comics, I don't know about this one. These kids, I think that they're actually real kids in the world.
Oh, I think so too.
Okay. Like she didn't just create it out of nowhere.
But they're not born from Vision sperm.
Right.
Vision doesn't have sperm. It has to do more of like the magic aspect of things.
Right.
Like this whole Mephisto theory that everyone is jumping on the train on. So
it's getting exhausting with seeing all these.
Yeah,
things.
I know.
I'm getting kind of tired of it.
It's the hype. Like this is the #1 show in the world right now.
Yeah,
that's
deservedly
crazy.
so. Yeah,
that's crazy. And I'm loving Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany getting their shine here. But yeah, there is fatigue with like memes. Even I feel like overkill at times talking about it.
Yeah, especially when we're on Instagram, just like looking up things are just popping up constantly.
Yeah.
But these kids, if they're not real kids, I think they're just projections of Wanda's like head for sure. Because like she's able to manipulate how things are and stuff like that. So this could just be like her dream kids. Yeah. But they're not actually real.
Like this dream world.
Yeah.
And when we look later into the episode 7, like their significance, it's like really drawn out from the comics, like what they mean to the higher powers. Yeah. The baddies that are running this thing.
Yeah. What else happened in this episode?
One thing was when Quicksilver turned around, or when Wanda looked up and saw like Quicksilver like shot. Like, I was like, oh shit, that was trippy. I was like, oh, that was the American Horror Story, Evan Peters.
For sure.
And did you know this WandaVision's having so much like Office references? I'll talk about it in this episode. The next episode.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Overall, there's like Office stuff. I'll talk about it in the next episode.
Yeah. But I want to talk about that too, specifically about The Office. So at the very end of the episode, Vision, he's
trying to break out.
He's trying to break out, and then he sees Agnes.
Yeah.
Well, who is not Agnes, but at the very end of the
Ellis Avenue.
Yeah, Ellis Avenue.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so he has an interaction with them. So before we watched the current episode, we didn't know what she was either. Yeah. So I was still having my doubts of like what she really is.
And she was dressed up as a witch.
Yeah, I know. So that was the dead giveaway when she did that little laughter.
That was in the trailers though.
I know. But like she was pretty good acting wise. I was like,
Catherine Hahn. Shout out to Step Brother. Something about like weird girls like that.
Nah, she's I like her a lot as an actress. But yeah, so Vision, he finally he breaks the hex, but he can't escape entirely or at all actually. He tried to escape, and then reality starts to like wither away from him, and then he's dying.
His corpse. I'm like, damn, how many times Vision has to die? He died twice.
I know.
Someone pointed it out on YouTube. It was like, damn, he died. Wanda killed him for the stone,
right? And
then Thanos revived him just to kill him.
I know.
So this dude has had such a long suffering.
He's like a cat, dude. He has like 9 lives. But here's my issue about these 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So Agnes knows that Vision's dead. Darcy mentions in the next episode that Vision's dead.
Yeah.
How are these characters knowing how he died?
This is exactly why I wanted to talk to you about that.
Okay.
It's like, how does Darcy know so much about the events that happened in Infinity War?
In Wakanda.
Like, after all that shit happened, did you have to disclose it to the world of exactly like the whole Ultron thing? Like this is supposed to be an Avengers thing.
Right. It's story convenience.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the way they wrote it that way.
It's exposition.
Yeah, it's exposition. But we should already know. We know already.
As the audience, we know.
Yeah.
But it's like, does everyone in the world know every single detail?
I know they're just supposed to be like classified stuff. I'm sure, right?
Yeah. I'm glad you pointed that out.
It just bothered me because they did it twice. I'm like, how the fuck do you know how he died? Especially Darcy, she knew exactly like, oh, he ripped the stone out of the head.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they could just say he's dead. That's it.
It seems it's too convenient. It's too convenient on that end, and because like Darcy wasn't portrayed like being super smart in the other, we don't look to her like the central intelligence of everything.
Right.
And so her just exposition of everything.
Like, how do you get this information?
I want to talk to about like the Monica, and
Beautiful Monica.
Yeah, beautiful Monica. Teyana Paris, I think. Her interaction with Hayward earlier in that episode when they're going back and forth, and he's just being a dick.
Oh, he was a bitch, dude.
Dude, yeah, I thought like
that was some bitch shit.
He did. He did a really great job. The actor did a great job of like how it is in the world where women's opinions and like even people of color like they're just dismissed.
Right.
And he just said like, oh, which one of you is the sassy best friend? It's like, you're such an asshole.
There's some sly racism.
Yeah,
and then he mentioned the mom too.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
I'm glad your mom.
I know. Yeah. I swear, if they wrote this in a more realistic way, Monica would have fucking
whooped his ass.
His ass, or at least slapped him. Like, that's disrespectful.
And I saw their interviews about that, and they were really intentional about trying to add that. You know how like in the earlier eras, how like black characters are portrayed like side characters, and like they're even bringing that to this show here. Like
a little bit. The stereotypes.
The stereotypes and like just that misogynistic view on things. So
yeah.
I'm glad like there is serious tones to this show of like hinting at the realities of our own world and social justice kind of stuff.
Yeah, it kind of takes away from the humor a little bit.
It does,
because it comes out of nowhere sometimes.
Yeah, but I dig that tension because now I'm thinking like, you know how all these theories like Mephisto, Nightmare, and all that. The one that I heard recently was like people are thinking Hayward is Ultron, and so like the comics of like
I saw that too.
The comics, Ultron has had so many versions, and he's come back so many times. So I kind of like that. It was brand new.
But in the MCU, he's like a virus, right? So he can transfer from like computers and all that stuff. Yeah. So how does that translate to a person?
I think that's where I see the plot hole there. Okay. Like, how is he like a human being, or is he controlling this? Maybe he's a chip or something. But I kind of like, for me, the Age of Ultron. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, it's cool, but it shouldn't have been called Age of Ultron because it was not an age. It was only like a couple of days.
It's like I don't even know the subtitle of that.
Yeah, and so
I wouldn't want to see Ultron back, to be honest.
I mean,
I don't want California to come back.
Robert California, yeah. But I think that would have been something that people predicting wouldn't have seen on top of all of this Mephisto theories going out there. So I dig that.
Yeah. I'm okay with just him being an asshole. Yeah.
You know the Chris Tucker line in Rush Hour 2?
Which one?
Like, never trust a white guy, like who's in charge. Because or like anything that's happening, it's usually a white guy in the background just chilling and planning shit. Right. So that's why
I'll put that in the video too.
Like Hayward.
What did he call that? He was talking to
he was like Jackie. He was talking to Jackie.
Talking to Lee in the hotel, right?
Yeah.
Follow the rich white man.
Follow the rich white man.
Follow the rich white women. Yeah. So like in every single like pretty much majority of Marvel movies, it's like the white dude that's in charge, like Pierce, Tony Stark's guy. Like, it's always the dude that's running things.
Right. And the guy at S.H.I.E.L.D. before. The old guy.
Pierce, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the episode ended on a very interesting note. Like, I hate that these episodes are so short sometimes because I really want more, especially from last week. Like, so at the very end, she expanded her bubble, the Hex bubble, and she got Vision back into the world, and then she transformed some of the Sword associates into like circus people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that's really powerful. But then in the next episode, we start to see that I think there's a reason why Wanda has it in such a her mile radius isn't that great.
Yeah. She's overexerting herself.
Yeah.
And so episode 7, breaking the fourth wall, which I loved because there's so much meta references there.
Yeah.
Like you said, like the bubble is getting so big that she can't control shit, and that's why her reality is just going through different phases.
Right.
The one I really like was the video games. The kids were like, Mom, our games is like our controllers keep changing. We saw a GameCube one, Atari,
and then what's it, Uno?
Like,
I love Uno.
I love this. I mean, it's like when kids have so much technology nowadays.
Yeah.
Like they didn't see the struggle of like blowing into a cartridge of a Nintendo 64.
Right. They don't understand. But overall, episode 6, I know we have our thing where it's like every episode it gets better and better.
Yeah.
Like it's my new favorite, but it actually wasn't my favorite.
No.
Yeah, I think episode 5 was my favorite up until that point. Yeah. So
I like 6 more than 7. 7, the opening, it's the 2000s, 2010s. The opening is very Office.
Yeah.
And the whole show is kind of like
Modern Family, which is perfect because now we're in the modern world.
Yeah.
I thought that was very smart if they did that intentionally. So
and
have you ever watched Modern Family?
I've seen bits and pieces, but I didn't really like. I don't know. I just didn't gravitate towards it.
I wanted to watch because of Sofia Vergara.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know of it.
Yeah,
because like she was one of the most like popular characters at the time. But I dig the Elizabeth Olsen talking to the camera, Wanda.
Yeah.
Her talking to the director style interview.
We've all been there, right? Letting our fear and anger get the best of us. Intentionally expanding the borders of the false world we created.
Dwight Schrute kind of style.
Hold on, sorry, I forgot to mention. In the last episode, did you understand the references in the commercial?
Well, what was the last one? Oh, the yogurt one?
Yeah, the yogurt.
So
I didn't get it.
Okay, so again, with all these theories, like each commercial kind of represents an infinity stone.
Is that what it is?
That's what some are saying. This one, they're saying this one represents the Soul Stone. I don't see it, but there was a the soap commercial that looks like the Tesseract. So there's like something alluding to every Infinity Stone, and there's also theories of like commercials represents Wanda's like subconscious trying to break her out of the reality. So this particular commercial, the Nexus, like what was that, the drug commercial?
Oh yeah, that was pretty legit. Yeah, so I watched it with Samantha, and then she was like, she didn't realize. True. Yeah, no, not only that, she really thought that was a legit commercial. Yeah, like she was like, "Oh my god, that's a real."
I didn't understand the shark one. I didn't get that.
Yeah, that one confused the fuck out of me.
But I think they're just playing on like the cartoons, the commercials we used to see as kids. Like,
these are very well done commercials. Like they got the vibe down, especially that shark one. I was like, damn, that brought me back. Yeah, that really brought me back.
Animals.
The bad claymation and all that shit. So how does the other comommercials tie in then?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it. That's one of those theories that I'm just getting burned out.
Yeah.
Now.
See, this is why. These theories and whatever. It's like, I don't know.
We sometimes can't watch the show no more.
Yeah, I know. It's like I'm trying to like completely detach myself from all that because it's kind of ruining my. I'm looking for stuff that probably isn't even there anymore. So I'm just trying to watch at a surface level now.
Yeah, you're gonna look at that pillow because there's theories about those pillows too.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the theory I saw. Okay, so Wanda's pillow. By the way, she looked really bad in that bed in that position.
Right.
Okay, but her pillow does not have hexes on it. Her blanket, her Vision's pillow has hexes on it. So it's like everything else has hexes on it, but her
has hexes.
Hex. Like the reference of hexes. Yeah. Being hex, like your like magical influence.
Is it like a symbol on it?
Yeah, like hex. Like a hexagon.
Like hexagon. Yeah. They're on that.
There's hexagons everywhere on this show.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So look into that. There's hexagons everywhere.
Okay.
So even the blankets have hexagon shapes.
Oh. Okay.
See, so that's
okay.
I just fucked with your mind
right now.
With like, don't look into it because there's too many theories. Like you're saying, we're getting burned out. I think it's because like the show conceptually is great, but the fact that it's being drawn out to 2 months versus like when we did movies. Yeah. Movies, you do theories for a couple days or a week or whatever. Yeah. But this one is drawn out.
Originally, this was supposed to be 6 episodes, but they extended it to 9. So maybe that's why, that's why I feel like they're kind of cramming a lot of stuff into this show. Because there is a lot of stuff they're trying to do. This is the beginning of Phase 4, so this is like a brand new season of Marvel. So I feel like they could have stretched it out in other ways. But I mean, I like it. Episode 7, what's it called again?
Breaking the Fourth Wall.
Okay, perfect title. So Wanda, the Modern Family, nods or whatever, the homage they're trying to do. It works perfectly because the kids are like, oh no, everybody gets to talk. So in the past episode was really just the kids talking. Now it's Wanda and Vision and everybody talking.
I like Visions.
Yeah, Vision was pretty funny.
Paul Bettany was like, what the fuck
am I doing?
What am I?
And then
Agnes has one too.
Yeah, she has one too. Yeah. See, that's why I was getting confused with her because like she's okay.
This one has the biggest hints to the big reveal.
Yeah, to what reveal? Of her
at the very end, because like the coloring, like when she came in, everything she's saying is just like so like detailed. The fact that she was like, oh, I'll take care of the kids, right? And then remember she was like, oh, can you look at my mole? That's a reference in like Salem witch trials, like women who have moles.
Yeah, so I researched her. So she's supposedly a real witch from the what you just said, the Salem, those times,
yeah.
Yeah, so she's a legit witch, and Scarlet is obviously, that's her name. So they're probably going to call her, this is the closest they actually called her to
being a witch,
right?
Yeah,
they haven't used that name yet, right?
Yeah, they haven't.
It's always been Wanda. Yeah, before I get into that, we have to talk about Monica.
Real
quick.
Okay.
So, I love her. I love her. She's the best new character that I've like in such a short period of time. Like she really grew on me because I was not, when they announced her at the Comic-Con, like who these characters were, I was like, I don't really care because I didn't know who Monica was
or Photon.
Yeah. Her acting in this episode, it's like
superb.
It's good, especially her interaction with Wanda later. So yeah, she finally gets her powers through the hex. Do you know how she gets her powers in another one?
So her powers is every time she's gone through the barrier, and that's pulled from the comics, like some sort of like reaction or radiation that exposes her
through Thor. That's
through
what
Thor?
I read. Yeah,
okay.
Something about like interdimensional, like she passes through it too many times. So she inherits some of the energy.
I really liked her line from the previous one when they were showing her cells being different.
Yeah,
and then she said, "Oh, I've seen too much cells. Dealing with my mother and going through like cancer.
Right.
So I really dig her lines. Her acting is like on par. In this episode, it was so anticlimactic when they showed like the truck that she was trying to break the barrier with.
Yeah,
I was like, it was such a like.
Yeah, was there something special about that truck?
I don't know. That's the thing.
They emphasized it a lot.
They did a really nice shot. I was like, all right, we're just showing how fucking big this truck is. And then when it went through the barrier, I was like, really?
Yeah.
And then she just went through. I thought that was so. This episode, like, if there was no big reveal at the end, this was like really boring to me. Like, I really didn't like the circus. Like, I get Darcy, or her character, Kat Dennings, is always going to be Kat Dennings.
Yeah.
And they were trying to have that like humorous interaction, but just the whole time I was in the circus, I just wanted to skip ahead, dude. I know it's that Modern Family feel.
Yeah.
I just didn't like that though. I was like, feel like I'm wasting time.
Yeah.
I want to see Wanda.
Yeah. Like I said, these 2 episodes, they're not my favorite, but you know, they're just trying to build to the climax, which we're gonna get. So I think this is gonna be the last they're gonna have that sitcom structure to it because they're at the last 2. Yeah,
we only have an hour left.
Yeah,
now.
so they're gonna break from it finally, which I'm finally like, thank you, because I'm kind of tired of it. Even though it's nice to have these like cool little things, but I just want MCU back, like to where it's supposed to be. So in this episode, she doesn't become, but she gets her powers. So Photon or Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
What is her actual like powers in the comics? Do you know?
I don't know it that well, but like. You know she has her powers when she did her superhero landing.
Woo! Superhero landing.
I was like, can we just land? Like, why does it have to be this exact thing?
I forgot what movie. Oh, Deadpool, yeah.
But again, strong character. Yeah. It was a great build to like a hero origin without forcing it to your face. Like, oh, this is somebody like great acting, great portrayal, and then seeing her like hold her own against like Wanda.
Right.
They're having that dialogue back and forth, and then you see Agnes. You see the whole neighborhood look into that conversation. So I dig that a lot. I'm not familiar with her power yet. We'll see how it really shows here.
I hope it's not just like another Captain Marvel. Like she's just really strong. I'm pretty sure she's like she's like a Shuri. You know how she has those guns? I'm pretty sure that's how her power's gonna be like.
Energy blast and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, photon. That makes sense. Yeah, but she looks good. She looks good. I mean, she's just running around everywhere and shit.
Yeah.
So she's like, she's on a mission. But she went to Wanda's house, and Wanda just snapped right away.
Yeah.
Like,
what the fuck are you doing here?
It's like, what the fuck?
I like that Wanda was like, I'm trying to have a quarantine staycation. I was like, don't use that word.
Right.
And they were shooting this during the quarantine.
Yeah, that's probably why they put that in there.
Yeah, so I was like, shit. She just wants a day away. And I really like the twins, the boys, because when they were having interactions at Agnes's house, and then you could tell by Agnes's house, like the color scheme looks really like creepy.
It's really creepy.
And just that whole moment, like where he was like, I can't hear your thoughts. And I was like, oh yeah, she's a bad, she's a bad woman.
Yeah, this was pretty telling. Her character, they reveal her at the end that she's like controlling everything, but I didn't get that vibe at all. So I thought that was just like another convenience because they didn't hint at any of that.
Yeah, well, that's where that montage came with like the
Agnes.
I know.
But when
Agnes all along.
When you're trying to rewatch the show, you don't see any of that. That's the thing. It's like if it could have been anybody, like she's not Mephisto, right? She's like that's a completely different character.
Yeah,
it's like revealing like Mephisto at the end, and then they show a montage of him doing everything. But it's like okay,
they're just trying to be cute with it.
I know, but
if I said early on, like her being that nosy neighbor, or actually you said it to me,
right?
We had opposite thinkings because I was like, I said, she's just a nosy neighbor, but you were like, no, she's one of like the upper cast members.
Oh yeah, so
she had to have something,
right.
And she was always around Wanda when shit was happening, and if you saw, like she always has that. For me, I always feel like she was always encouraging her to do something out of the norm.
Yeah.
Like, for the kids.
Yeah.
She was always saying something negative.
Yeah.
Like you would have, if without looking into the comic lore, I still would have think that Agnes was
something
not really that positive friend that you should be having.
Right. She's like the instigator, or she like what do you call those?
The nosy neighbor.
It's the nosy neighbor, but she eggs her on some stuff. But the one episode, it was episode 5 where she just kind of chimes in, and then she kind of breaks the fourth wall. She's like, "Oh, what line did you want me to repeat that?"
Yeah.
And then that was the time where I'm like, "Okay, you have something to do with this because you're not surprised by anything. Like the kids grew up like drastically in front of her.
This
she didn't say
bother
shit,
you.
right? So that's the only time I'm like, okay, something is wrong with her or up with her. But I just feel like when they did that montage at the end, they could have done it a little more clever somehow.
I liked it.
You liked it? Yeah.
I just like the music, and I like the different angles of looking how things were happening.
But that's what I'm saying. Those angles, I didn't see any of that.
So you wanted to like know, you wanted more hints that it was happening.
If you're gonna say she did stuff, like kind of hints it in the episodes, but in a clever way. But they're just showing her doing stuff in the background that we didn't even see. Yeah. So, but what's her real name again? It's Agatha, right?
So it's Agatha Harkness. And Agnes is Ag, and then Agnes Harkness.
Got it.
That's why they pulled both names.
Got it.
When they went down the basement, I really liked that. I was like, okay, this feels like a movie. The aspect ratio, I think, changes again.
Right.
And so it feels like
a horror film, right?
Like a horror film.
That's what they're saying about Multiverse of Madness. It's supposed to be like a horror film. So.
And when she was walking down there, you really feel that cauldron vibes of like, damn, this shit look old. Oh, so when it goes to the aspect ratio, it like I think it represents that they're in the actual world now. And then when Agnes comes down playing with her bunny, bunny's like a cat or whatever in the comics. And then I love the purple scheme. Like so you know how Loki was cheering when Thor was getting his ass beat by Hulk? So it's like Tony Stark is cheering that Wanda's getting mind control. You remember she got her mind control?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh shit, there's another witch that can match her.
Right.
I enjoyed that.
Finally.
I enjoyed that.
But who says she hasn't been controlling her the whole time?
Who?
Agnes.
That Agnes has been controlling Wanda?
Yeah, from the start.
So...
Because they show they're breaking into Sword, right?
Yeah.
Was it Sword that she broke into?
That's Sword.
Okay, that's
where
Sword. Okay.
Hayward and them were experimenting with Vision.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think if they're pulling loosely from the comics, like someone is influencing Agnes to control this whole thing. Agnes,
so you think someone's influencing her to do that?
Yeah, that's how it was in the comics, where like Agnes was helping like Mephisto's souls in those twins. There's got to be someone controlling like this whole thing, like pulling the strings. Just because based on the comics, Agnes helps these kids get created because they're souls of Mephisto. And then like your point that Wanda wants this like reality, so she kind of like made a deal with the devil in some subconscious way.
Got it.
That I'm pulling this magic to make this shit happen. But there's other theories too of like Nightmare, this other villain
that I don't even know about.
That we don't know about. But if it's just Agnes, I'll be fine with that too. Honestly, like if they pull the rug on us and there's no Mephisto, that's probably the better way to go with like subverting our expectations.
Yeah, there has to be something else though, for sure. Because I don't know anything about Agnes's backstory. So if she was the one controlling this, why is she doing this for Wanda?
Yeah, and if you're looking at the why, then it's probably has to do with these kids being part of Mephisto.
Okay, well,
kind of like a Jesus Christ and a Virgin Mary kind of thing.
Okay,
but the devil version of it.
I guess. Yeah.
Oh, did you see the book? The book that was there.
The one that was like in purple highlights, right?
Yeah.
What was that?
So the book was like, I mean, in every kind of media, there's a book with like all the spells and shit. So they're saying the book is gonna be like the one that uses the ritual to bring about the devil, right? I looked at the book, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Book of Secrets.
Yeah.
The one that gives you 300 attack points. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, the Book of Secrets.
I like this episode though. I'm just glad that they're gonna be done. Because the final 2 episodes, they have to hit hard. Yeah. It's going to be action-packed. I'm already seeing it.
Did you watch to the end?
Yeah.
You saw the credits? I didn't see that. I didn't know.
They finally had a fucking post-credit scene for the first time. That's why I was like, what the fuck? And maybe we'll go back to the upsets. Like, did I miss something too?
Yeah.
And I was like, no. You can't do that, dude.
If I didn't see that on Twitter, I was like, fuck. I missed something.
So what's your theory with Quicksilver then?
Quicksilver? I think Agnes just pulled him from another universe, because the whole Nexus meaning like interdimensional. Since Mephisto is a interdimensional character, I think she's like pulling him into this world. And you know how Doctor Strange is the next movie. Remember what he said to Tony Stark is like, what do you do? Yeah, he's like, watching over your reality, douchebag.
Right. That's true.
So,
that's true.
I think he's going to be in the last episode.
Yeah, he is. He's for sure going to be in the last episode. Because in House of M, he's the one at the very end too, helping. I forgot
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. So he brings her back to reality.
Yeah.
There's something that Elizabeth Olsen said too about there's supposed to be a character popping up that's supposed to be on the level of Luke Skywalker's reveal.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
Paul Bettany said that too.
He said that too.
Somebody.
I hope it wasn't Chris. I hope it wasn't Peter Evans, because if that's who they're talking about.
No.
Okay.
Paul Bettany denied that it was Peter Evans. Evan Peters.
Evan Peters. I don't know.
Chris Evans.
Dude.
You mean Luke from The Office?
Huh?
Luke from The Office?
Yeah.
So Evan Peters is from The Office. Asian Jim. He's been in The Office. This was an Office episode.
So you think they're gonna reveal?
This
Mr.
might
Fantastic,
be
huh?
Mr. Fantastic, John Krasinski. That'd be cool.
So because they mentioned that they already mentioned astronauts in the other episodes.
Aerospace engineer.
Yeah, and there's too many off. The theme in the beginning is definitely off it. Like I can hear the fucking theme in my head. They change the notes a couple, but
what if they're eating beets? And it's like, oh fuck it, Dwight Schrute.
That would be crazy. And but yeah, plus you said they have Randall Park, so
and Robert California as Ultron. It's many Office shit.
It's here. Like you said, so many fourth walls breaking. So that'll be. We've been wanting this, but if I see it, I want it to be like a big deal.
Yeah. So would you want it to be John Krasinski?
Of course.
No. Would you want it to be Reed Richards? That be as the big reveal?
It has to be a big character.
Do you want it to be Fantastic Four reveal?
No, just give me one, at least one of them.
For me,
I don't need to see. I kind of
want to see Magneto, Michael Fassbender.
That was the other one I was thinking.
That's the one I want to see.
Yeah,
just because like we never like the X-Men one. It kind of fell flat. Like the whole time, Quicksilver wants to talk to his dad.
Right.
I kind of want that to be like the dad appears in some sort of way.
Right.
Maybe he's Mephisto or something, or just another reality bending shit where Michael Fassbender can be in this universe. Because I really like him as a
yeah. He's a good Magneto. I mean, I like the Gandalf too, but he's too
Ian
old now.
McKellen,
Yeah. But it could be him. It could be Professor Xavier too.
Yeah, true.
That would be a good reveal. When they say Luke Skywalker, it has to be someone big. So that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, that's why I'm really looking forward to the next two. Like,
what if it's like Aaron Taylor Johnson? Oh
Yeah.
my god, damn it! The real Petro.
Please don't be that. That would be stupid as hell.
Kick ass. You remember that kick ass line?
Yeah.
Kick ass.
That was just like really on the nose. Yeah. Because she was like, kick ass.
You know what's funny too?
What?
That they played Quicksilver and Wanda, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Elizabeth Olsen,
And they played husband and wife too.
In Godzilla.
It's weird, dude.
I was like, oh,
yeah,
damn.
that's weird. Not to bag on Aaron Taylor, but me and Sam were talking about, like, you know, who he's dating and shit.
Yeah.
He's like, he's being groomed and shit like that. I'm like, he's kind of a weird. I watched Age of Ultron again. I actually really like him as Quicksilver. Like he's a pretty cool.
It's just
character.
bad timing with the Evan Peters one coming out at the
Yeah,
same time.
yeah.
And I watched the Sweet Dreams again
That-
this morning. I was like, yeah, this is epic. He should have got more shine there, and he's getting his shine here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if this Quicksilver is gonna stay on.
Yeah.
Um,
But if they're gonna follow the House of M storyline,
no more mutants.
no more mutants. This one, there is no mutants already, so I think it's gonna. I already said this in the other episode we did with Wally. It's gonna be a reverse. So she's actually gonna create mutants. Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be the X-Men of the Future Past one, or if it's gonna be brand new X-Men.
Yeah.
But I would be okay with either or, to be honest.
Uncanny X-Men. I want it to be called Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
Go change it to your version of things.
Because I think they said that they're getting some of the X-Men back. They're not getting everybody back.
Oh no.
So
Because we have too much already going on.
Yeah. So if you get Michael and you get I forgot his name. Professor Xavier. Yeah, Split.
Split.
If they get those two at least, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because everyone else,
That'd be Luke Skywalker level.
Yeah.
If both of them just walked in.
right.
And then Wolverine's like, fuck off.
God. Yeah, dude. That's gonna be crazy. These next two episodes, I'm super hyped, but I'm trying to keep my expectations low, just in case I get really disappointed.
I think I'll take a page from you and just like not stop with all the theories now.
I think that'd be better. Yeah. Let's
just watch it.
Just watch it and see what happens.
There's all these theories like the fly on the thing, because they said the fly.
The cicada, right?
The
cicada, the green cicada on the window drape.
Yeah. So that one is that's how Mephisto showed up in the comics. And then there's so it's like
okay,
and it's just getting so crazy now.
Okay.
Like, you know that meme of the guy like the one that's like trying to connect everything.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now. Now I'm at the point I'm just like, I just want to watch it.
Yeah, let's just watch it.
Just watch it.
Let's do that after we watch it.
Yeah.
So the next two, Doctor Strange is he's gonna appear probably. I'll even say even next episode he might appear.
Yeah.
Like at least at the very end of episode 8.
He might just be like, the fuck is going on in New Jersey?
Who else?
Do that again. Oh my god!
I was like, is he okay? Yeah, he's gonna show up. It's gonna. Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. So you have Mr. Fantastic appearing.
Yeah.
I have
or Magneto. Yeah, I'm okay with either of those. Or shit, even let's get Doctor Doom. That'd be cool.
Ooh, shit.
Like if you don't introduce Fantastic Four, at least introduce Doctor Doom. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a real big twist.
Yeah.
Like
nobody's expecting that. Yeah, because I think what you said, like if people really are like diving deep into the Office references, I think John Krasinski might be too obvious now.
Yeah.
So
and who's to say that like our fan casting is what they want?
hey, exactly.
That'd be playing too much to the fan.
But at this point, would you want to see someone not John Krasinski?
I know.
It's like fans have been wanting it.
Yeah.
We've been egging it on. It's like
you open too much of the fans dictating everything, and studios still have the power.
Yeah.
As much as power we want, they're gonna make the call.
Yeah.
What if John Krasinski is still working on Quiet Place 3?
Right.
Which is Quiet Place 2 we still need to watch.
It's like it's not John. It's Emily Blunt that shows up. It's like, oh, okay, that's a twist too.
Or what if it's the Mr. Fantastic from the original one?
No, Chris Evans comes back, but he's Human Torch now. Now that'll be a twist.
That'd be hella meta.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm excited though. So episode 7, I think it was great. We're finally at the home stretch, so I'm ready for whatever's coming.
Let's finish it.
Let's finish it. I'm actually getting tired, so yeah. So I want WandaVision to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting in on a good note.
Yeah. And then we're finally gonna get to
We just want her to be called Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be the ending scene.
Yeah, like with her eyes.
Yeah.
What are you?
They're gonna give her name.
I am Scarlet Witch. With an accent. All right, close it out, bro. It's too much.
All right, so if you guys are watching on YouTube or listening to Spotify, we appreciate all of the support you guys are giving us. Every view counts, every listen counts for us. We want to continue growing, and then we'll be back for the last 2 episodes. So, WandaVision finale. Yeah, if you guys like our content, like, comment, subscribe. So thank you guys from the top of the dome
To the back of the pack,
we are
the Top Back Podcast.
peace.